Hello everyone, welcome to the final video in this series reviewing the brand new cards from HELIX. We have reached the end of the road, we are at the neutral cards, but before I get started I just want to remind you to please like the video and subscribe if you've enjoyed it, and look forward to some predictive videos coming up as we approach the set release in the next couple of days. Also, as the time of this recording, you have just over a day left to spend your silver, so please spend it before the 22nd at daily reset. So that basically means the 21st you need to spend it all. And that's everything, so let's go ahead and get started. Oh, that was a bit hot. Right. Okay, so first here we have Honey Falcon. This is Legion winged, so I'm very, very happy to see Legion returning, even if it is only in the neutral slot for now. This has swoop, and when summoned, reduce the DP of one of your opponent's mono-color minions to 0 for the duration of this turn. I think this is a very valuable card, and it's going to do a good amount if these big, like, buff up one minion to be super, super scary decks sort of take over the format. However, I don't really think they will for now, but I think this is a nice option to have. A sort of another feather in the hat, I suppose, for the cap for for Legion. Just another tool that they have access to that will sort of let you be able to play around metas as they come up. But yeah, like, by no means a bad card. I think it's just not suited to the meta at the moment. Then we've got Oasis Turtles. This is Legion Beast, 3-drop, 3-1. Infiltrate. Whenever one of your opponent's minions enters the field, that minion loses 300 BP. Now, I think this is rather more likely to see significant play, and that is because if Angels do become as relevant as we are expecting, this could be very, very good in the early game. How good remains to be seen. I certainly think there's potential, and if this can just basically remove all threats, that could be very, very annoying. I think this is a little bit better than the Honey Falcon, but I also do think we should be cautious. I'm not convinced this is going to be a meta-defining beast like another card, which I think is next. No, it's not. Okay, we'll come to the other card, but anyway, so here we've got the first of the minion contest cards, and you'll notice it is not a legendary, which is really nice, honestly. Glad to see them at low rarity. This is Thanos Itamae. This is a skeleton, has revenge, and in passive, the cost of field minion cards in your opponent's hand cannot increase, decrease, or become 0. So, it's generic. Right, which means that every deck now has access to something that is going to be able to deal with cost reduction. But I think we're sort of past that point. This would have 100% seen play if it had come out back in Forbidden format, and you would have seen this in basically every Andros deck, and that deck probably would have been able to go ahead and take over the format. At the moment, I don't necessarily think this is going to be super good unless purple-blue becomes a really big force. Then you'll see this being run to counter that. But otherwise, it's okay. I wish it was better, or I wish it was like a 2-drop or something, because 3 feels a little expensive, but it is generic, so it is what it is. Duckling Knight, 1-drop, 1-0, Rodent. When summoned, you can search your deck for one of the following cards. This is the 3 dual color effect, non-effect based minions, so the 2 ones. And then passive, this minion enters rest state when it moves to base. This is really nice. You're going to see this run in all those multicolored decks, I imagine. It would sort of surprise me if this wasn't run in those. Yeah, this is just going to help you mana fix. I imagine this might see play in other decks as well if they want to just gain access to, for example, if you want to just have a sort of instant Godsex and you're not too worried about your like 1-drop advantage or something, or like just you can chuck this in, and you've got your 1 copy in the deck or something that you just chuck in and suddenly you have a live Godsex. It's an option. I don't think it's necessarily a good option, but it's an option. So yeah, solid card. Stone Dragonute. There's a Dragonute. When summoned, if there is a dual color minion on your field or a dual color mana in your base, draw one card. I think this will be this will see a good amount of play in all of the dual color decks. It's pretty much always going to be drawing. Yeah, it's pretty good. And now here is the card I thought is potentially going to be pretty format warping. This is a 2-cost Legion Goblin, Spire Goblin. When summoned, you receive one of the following effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Your opponent's when summoned effects do not activate. That is a bit crazy. A lot of the most powerful effects in the game are when summoned, because you generally want to be getting lots of good value when you commit a lot of mana to something, and that's usually in the form of an instant bit of advantage from a when summoned, for example. Instantly turning that off for not only your turn, your opponent's turn as well, for that whole turn cycle is insane. I mean, this card is very, very, very powerful, especially in the early game as well. You see a lot of when summons in the early game, so if you can, you know, get this on curve, I can see that being very, very, very scary. I think this card is phenomenal. Probably one of the best cards in the set. If I'm not, I don't know how to sell it more than that. It's insane. Yeah, this card is insane. Next we've got Schniester Shimare. I think this is meant to be German or something. This is a 6-cost 6/2 Chimera Hunter. Resurge on your turn. This minion cannot be blocked by monocolor minions or neutral minions. I don't think this is going to be really good at all in anything besides Chimera or Hunter deck potentially, and sort of there we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Bless me. But yeah, I think this is. I think it's okay. I imagine those players will have a lot of fun with this card if they are a hardcore Chimera, hardcore Hunter player. Okay, finally we have got the last minion contest card here. This is Aboro Hidden Phantasm, 7-drop 7/2. It's a giant with charge. When summoned, deal minus XP to all your opponent's minions, where X is the number of unique mana colors you have in your base times 100. This is pretty good. I think this is actually a really nice tool for dual color decks to have. As I imagine, 2 to 3 will be a really standard amount for them to have in their base. And, you know, a 7/2 charger for 7 that deals 300 to everything is not bad. It's no Seaworm Nova, but it's a generic, it's an epic. Yeah, I think it's fine. Will it see play? I mean, there's a particular deck that might exist where I think it would. And we'll sort of discuss that when we get to some of the legendaries. Yeah, I think it's okay. Overall, the artwork on these minion contest cards I think is absolutely phenomenal. The effects I'm a little let down by. I was hoping they would be a bit better, but it is what it is. If any cards are likely to get buffed, I feel like it would be these at some point in the next like 6 months or something. Okay, Mari, Champion of Beauty. Demigod, our first legendary neutral. 6-drop 6/2. When summoned, resurrect one of your destroyed forces and restore it to its initial amount of points. So this is going to be incredibly powerful in certain decks. For example, Minotaur, this is going to be so good because of the second effect on your opponent's turn. Damage dealt to your life is reduced by X, where X is the number of forces you control. This in a tree deck will be filth. I'm telling you right now, this will be really, really annoying to deal with. The ability to continually bring back your forces. Don't forget, you also have access to things like Memoria to give you other forces and things. This is, I think, a really, really powerful card. It's not going to see play in everything. It's not like one of those, you know, it's not a generic like, oh, I'm going to Unga Bunga put this in everything, but it's one of those cards that in the right deck is going to be absolutely mental. I think this is really, really good. Baihu, the White Emperor. This is the 5. It's been a hot minute since we got one of the 5. When summoned, you can move one of your minions from the base and put it in the field in the active state, so that's pretty nice. And passive, all your base minions gain +1/+1, this effect cannot stack. So essentially this is a tribal card, and a bloody scary one at that. This, you know, like turn 4, for example, you slap down your Emperor, move out like a bunch of base minions. Turn 5, you can slap this down. and then move out more, and suddenly the whole board is super big and scary. I think this is really good in tribal. Not sure how really good it'll be in anything else, but I'm a fan of this card and I think it's good. And it is a 5. It's the 5, which is a relevant attribute, and perhaps when we get enough of those that are quite good, we could see a real the 5 deck be quite viable. Robin, Xavier from the Shadows, is another demigod. 6 costs 6/2. When summoned, create a copy of a field minion card that has been banished from the game and put it onto your field. So this is kind of one of those cards that makes me wish Zenonzard had a sideboard, because obviously in some matchups this is going to be amazing. You know, against white, against pirates, it's going to be super good. However, it is any field minion that's been banished, so you can play this card in those decks, and it's going to be very powerful. So I think this is going to be a card that definitely sees play in white. Not necessarily soldier white, but white, I'm convinced this will see play in white, and I'm very sure this will see play in purple. I think the ability, you know, for example, for purple with 5 cost to go, okay, I'm banishing your Seaguam Nova, just a card that comes to mind, I'm banishing your Seaguam Nova, and I'm getting my own free one, and then Robin drops him down, you drop Robin down, and you go, okay, I'm now making my own copy of that Seaguam Nova, adding it, and just summoning it to my board. I think that's very powerful. I think this is it's a niche card, but it's a powerful one. The final legendary, penultimate legendary, is Shivaris Icewitch. This is a Legion monster. It's another Legion legendary here. When summoned, put all your opponent's monocolor and mana and neutral mana into the rest state, and when attacking, destroy one of your opponent's monocolor minions. So this is going to be one of those cards that just lets you close out a game. I think it's good. I don't think this card should be slept on. Turning off interaction is very powerful, and especially as I believe we're going to see Phoenix creeping back into the meta, being more and more relevant. Being able to just go, okay, I think I want to win this turn, slapping this down, and turning everything off is going to be very powerful. Don't forget, decks like Artists have stuff that untaps as well, so they're going to be something you want to account for too. I think this is good. I don't think it's broken or anything. I just think it's going to be a solid, you know, okay, I can close out the game here. It's it's totally fine. And the final legendary of the set is Desiree, Angel of Longing. This is a 10 cost angel, 10/3, big stats. When summoned, if there are 6 different colours of mana in your base, destroy all your opponent's minions. At the end of the turn, deal 1 damage to your opponent's life. I think this is really good. The problem is obviously it's really restrictive. The only realistic way I can see this being a thing is if you just ran all 3 of the multicolored base minions, and that would sort of let you do this with relative ease. You know, to be fair, I don't think it would. If it counted neutral and you only needed 5, that would make it a bit better, but I don't think it does. So yeah, this is going to be one of those cards where if a full 6-color deck emerges, this will be a powerful tool that deck has access to. At the moment, I still think Godsex is going to be the best way for those multicolor decks to really push their super powerful advantage in having access to all that multicolored stuff super easily. But yeah, so that is the set. And let me know what you think. Are you impressed? Are you excited? What decks are you most excited for? Comment section down below. I read all the comments. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Sub to the channel. Link in the description for Discord and all that sort of stuff. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video for some more theoretical discussion of the new set. See you guys then. Cheers.